Hello, I'm going to explain to you how I did a storyboard to craft the story from Isaiah. So first of all, I'm just going to explain some of the symbols that have meaning for me and they might not be evident to you. This is a music pause sign. This is a scroll. This is a timeline. I've just come back from Papua New Guinea, and there the women and the men all have bilim bags, which are great big bags that are very heavy. And when they get very heavy, they put them around their forehead like this, and they carry the heavy bag on their back, and that leaves their hands free. In fact, they even put their babies in a bilim bag. So these pictures show a woman in Papua New Guinea carrying a heavy burden using a bilim bag. I think everything else is self-explanatory. So when I tell the story, these are the pictures that I have going through my mind. God was angry with his people. They had rebelled against me, and they are terrified of their enemies. I will turn my face away from them. Wait, I will make a plan. I will send my servant, and he will bring my people back to me. God told his plan to his prophet 600 years before Jesus came. And this is what the prophet said. My servant grew up before me like a tender shoot out of dry ground. He had no majesty or beauty for us to admire him. In fact, he was known as a man of sorrows and acquainted with great grief. And we turned our backs on him and looked the other way. But it was our weaknesses that he carried. It was our sorrows that weighed him down. We thought, this terrible punishment comes from God. But he was pierced for our rebellion. He was crushed for our iniquity. He was beaten so that we could be made whole. Just like sheep, we have left God's good path and we have wandered off on our own path. And God has laid on him the iniquities of us all. He was led away. He was falsely accused. Yet he spoke not a word in his defense. He was put to death like a common criminal. Yet it pleased the Lord to crush him and to put him to grief. And when he sees what his suffering has accomplished, he says, I am glad that I did it. And God says, my servant has carried out my plan. Now many will be counted righteous because he will bear their sins. And he will intercede for these rebels, and my people will come back to me.